This is probably going to be an interesting video, and I'm just going to avoid the comment section. But I'm Jason the X for the Super Cool Nerd Show, and this is my review of Captain Marvel. Now, this is a review. I'm not dredging into all the silly crap that's been going on with this movie. I'm a nerd, I love comics, and I love seeing my characters on screen. So with that, is this a perfect movie? No, it's not. What is a perfect movie? Is it one that I thoroughly enjoyed, I laughed at, and I cheered out loud on, and I'm willing to go back for seconds? Absolutely. I will be doing that. Captain Marvel kind of starts out slowly, but honestly, it's kind of a slow burn, and it ends in a fire. So it's really more of a build-up. I really enjoyed the movie. Laugh out loud moments, and it's a great addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, being that I am pretty versed in the comics and I know these characters, some of my least favorite Marvel movies are the ones that are origin stories. I will concede that you need an origin story to introduce these characters, especially to the casuals. They don't know these people. They don't know where they came from. And with that, there are always going to be changes from comic to screen, and I'm willing to accept that. There are changes with the Captain Marvel character. I'm willing to go, because there is really no one that has had a direct comic to screen translation. There are some changes with Carol's origin and how she came about, and all of them, they're fine. They're fine. But it's not just an origin story, because we do see Carol go from being a hardened soldier to actually being a hero. She starts out kind of, you know, a little boring, a little uptight, and it shows in the character. Granted, those are the parts of the movie that I say drag, but once she starts developing, everything picks up. So it all kind of works out. Now, the shining points of this movie are when she's interacting with Samuel L. Jackson, because the chemistry these two have on screen is absolutely fantastic. It's a buddy cop film, but neither one of them are really cops. He's a kind of a secret super spy, and she's an intergalactic soldier. So either way, still a buddy cop film, even though it's not. They really have a lot of chemistry, and he kind of teaches her to loosen up a bit from the very uptight soldier that we see. Now, granted, he's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent at the time, not fully on as director of Strategic Homeland Intervention, Espionage, Logistics Division. Why did I know that? Anyway, but he's starting to show those chops of why he's going to eventually become director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I love those parts. He's very capable and smart, but he's a little bit of a goof, but it's more of a personal choice. He hasn't gotten old and grizzled yet. It's really good parts of the movie. Other actors in the movie, Ben Mendelsohn as Talos, without going too spoilerish, he is really great. He plays the Skrull Talos, and with that, like I said, I don't want to get into spoilers, but he is a shining gem of this movie. I absolutely love the guy. And with his shape shifting, he shows that maybe there's a bit more than meets the eye. Transformers reference. Annette Bening actually has a really big role in this movie. She is sassy, regal, and stoic all in the same movie. I could have used a little bit more Annette Bening, but she was at the perfect amount. Another standout, Lashana Lynch as Maria Rambeau, who is Carol's friend from her previous time, because Carol's actually an amnesiac. We see something from the flashbacks, and yes, I dislike flashbacks in movies, but they do it in small little hits, so you really kind of, you can take it in pretty quickly, and it's more of her remembering things. And Lashana Lynch was her wingman when she was an Air Force pilot, and her name is Photon, by the way. Not quite the Photon we're used to, but that is her call sign. So, but yeah, as Carol grows as a character, she has a very important part in the movie, and I love the girl that plays her daughter as well. They're really good on screen. Love them both. Some of the effects in the film kind of left me a little on it, just because I know some of it, it was more part of the story. They were kind of limiting it. But honestly, I think Marvel movies with their CGI have been a little bit they've had some weird moments, especially like in Black Panther. And I don't know, I think maybe they just need to take a step back and look at them. Is there any way that we can do these a little bit better? It's okay. Just the effects where she's like blasting things, that looks great, but it's some of the larger stuff. And granted, it's CGI. Do I have something to compare blast effects from your hand and weird energy and spaceships to? Not really. So that's kind of where, you know, some of my criticism will kind of wane just a little bit. But yeah, there's some special effects bits I kind of, I want to take a look at that, you know. Now, one of the things in the background is the Kree-Skrull war that is currently happening. And I like where the Marvel movies kind of get off of Earth and go out into the universe a bit. And I would like to see more of this war, because we do see some of the ugliness of war in this, where there are victims on both sides, there are innocents, and they could have touched on that just a little bit more. But overall, it was good in establishing these characters, and I really like that part. Now, there are some really laugh out loud moments of this movie, and I know one everybody was really wondering about was the character Goose. Yes, that orange tabby that we see. And I heard people saying like, oh, he steals the show. He absolutely doesn't. There's enough Goose. And as a person that knows comics and I know what a flirkin is, it was kind of more me waiting for something to happen. So yeah, Goose is in there the right amount of time, and yeah, he's a flirkin. So yeah, you already know, I mean, come on, y'all, you already knew that. You knew Goose was Chewie from the comics, flirkin cat. And those that don't know, just watch, you're gonna be surprised. However, there was one part with Goose where I found it a bit corny. It got a reaction out of me. Whether it was good or bad, it got a reaction out of me. And we'll see how that goes. But it's just a part. I laughed, but then I was also like, oh, come on. So grown, good or bad, good and bad reaction. But overall, Captain Marvel, I'm giving it a solid 4 out of 5. Not my favorite Marvel movie or my top 3, but I really enjoyed it. I'm going back to watch it again. And I'm kind of glad we now have this character introduced into the MCU. To be honest, I feel like this movie could have been done 5-6 years ago, maybe. We could have introduced her and she could have stayed away. We should have done this already. That's how I feel, just a little bit. Like, just a little bit further back. I think its placement is just a little out of place for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not the continuity, just at what point this movie should have come. We could have had this movie maybe, I don't know, Iron Man. We could have had this movie maybe 2012 and, you know, gotten Brie Larson in here sooner. But hey, that's fine. There are 2 end credit scenes, so make sure you stick around for those. And the main thing this movie has gotten me excited for is Endgame. You do need to see this movie before Endgame. Go see it before Endgame. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Welcome to the MCU, Captain, my Captain. And as the father of a young nerd who is a girl, I feel it is important for her to have heroes on screen that she can identify with. And Captain Marvel absolutely is one. I can't wait to go see this again with her and see them enjoy these characters that I grew up on. Anyway, Captain Marvel, a lot of fun. Go check it out this weekend. I'm pretty sure you'll like it. You're ready for Endgame now. We are ready for the Endgame, and I can't wait for the inevitable argument between Captains America and Marvel. I wonder who actually held the higher rank in the military. Anyway, guys, I'm Jason the X for the Super Cool Nerd Show. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.